Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit LIONS fans. Let's get to the news now. If you're a Lions fan, you know that the 2025 season has been a roller coaster. Detroit's been riding high at 9-4, hanging tough in the NFC North and dreaming big about another playoff push. But behind the scenes, there's a lot of talk swirling about how the Lions could get even better, especially on the defensive side. And one name that's been making waves in NFL circles, Derwin James from the Los Angeles Chargers. Rumors are heating up that the Lions might be in the mix for a blockbuster trade that could reshape their secondary and set them up for a real Super Bowl run. Let's break this down. According to sources like Adam Schefter, there's chatter suggesting that the Chargers, who are currently sitting at a disappointing 6-7 record and dealing with cap issues following their recent rebuild, could be willing to part ways with Derwin James. The proposal: a second-round pick in 2026 plus safety Ifeatu Melifonwu. Why would Los Angeles do that? Well, they're trying to shed some cap space, roughly $20 million, to invest in their offensive line and address some other needs. Their defense, which has struggled, especially against the run, is leaking about 145 rushing yards per game, and they're prioritizing draft picks for an edge rusher to boost their pass rush. It's a classic rebuild move, even if it means parting with a game-changing talent like James. Now, from the Lions' perspective, this isn't just a rumor. It's a potential game-changer. With Brian Branch sidelined with an Achilles injury that will keep him out for the rest of the season, and Kirby Joseph also nursing a knee injury that's expected to keep him out for about 4 weeks, Detroit's secondary has been stretched thin. Adding Derwin James, who's proven to be one of the most versatile safeties in the league, could be exactly what the Lions need to elevate their backfield and make a serious playoff push. James's profile is impressive. He's a hybrid safety who can do it all, covering, blitzing, making plays in the run game. Up until September 2025, he's totaled 12 interceptions and over 620 tackles. This season alone, he's been a nightmare for offenses, with 6 interceptions in just 13 games, a 92, 1 PFF grade, and a missed tackle rate of only 6%. He's also effective in coverage, with a 19% success rate against TEs, and he's not afraid to blitz, racking up 10 sacks this year, which is pretty rare for a safety. His ability to make plays behind the line of scrimmage and force turnovers is exactly what Detroit's defense needs to complement the pass rush led by Aiden Hutchinson, who's already racked up 11 sacks in 2025. Looking at his stats, James is a true difference maker. His 6 interceptions are a career high, and he's been a major force against the run, allowing just about 3-4 yards after the catch per tackle. His 28% forced incompletion rate and 55 pass deflections point to a guy who's always around the ball. In Week 11 against the Broncos, he put on a show with 15 tackles, 2 interceptions, and 3 pass breakups. That's the kind of production that can swing games, a player who forces turnovers and creates chaos for offenses. This kind of move isn't without precedent. Looking back to 2019, the Steelers traded Minkah Fitzpatrick to Pittsburgh and saw their defense transform. Fitzpatrick's addition sparked a playoff push, and his impact was immediate, over 110 combined tackles in the postseason. If Detroit lands James, it could be just as impactful, especially with the Lions' secondary currently shorthanded. The addition of James would not only bring elite talent but also leadership and a winning mentality. He's a player who's been a staple of the Chargers' defense, a leader on and off the field, and a guy who can turn a good defense into a dominant one. Now, why would the Chargers consider trading Derwin James? Well, their defense has been leaking yards and points, especially against the run. Their run defense is giving up 145 yards per game, and with the team trying to rebuild and get cap space for future signings, parting with James could make sense. They're also focusing on extending Khalil Mack, whose contract expires after 2026, and they're eyeing draft capital to rebuild their roster. There's skepticism, of course. Some think trading a top-tier safety like James might weaken an already vulnerable secondary, but the Chargers are clearly prioritizing cap flexibility and draft assets to sustain their rebuild. For the Lions, adding James would be a huge boost. He instantly upgrades the safety position, allowing Brian Branch to shift into a more versatile role once he's back from injury, and providing more stability in the back end. With James in the mix, the Lions' pass defense could see a significant drop in yards allowed, potentially around 28% less passing yards given up, similar to what the Dolphins achieved after Holland joined in 2023. This would translate into more turnovers, more sacks, and overall better field position for Detroit's offense, led by Jared Goff. Goff has been playing at a high level this year, throwing for over 400 yards with an 88, 6 PFF grade, and the addition of a game-changing safety like James could open up even more opportunities for play-action passes to Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's already amassed over 200 yards this season. If this trade happens, it could be a catalyst for Detroit's Super Bowl ambitions. The odds for the Lions to win it all already improved significantly, from +3,500 to +1,200, according to DraftKings in December 2025. That's a massive shift, making Detroit one of the favorites in the NFC. With James, the Lions would have a true X-factor for the playoffs, boosting their chances against zone-heavy teams like the Packers, where coverage has historically been a challenge. His ability to create turnovers and make big plays in crucial moments could be the difference between an early exit and a deep playoff run. And remember, James has been a force in the postseason before. His presence could be the final piece in Detroit's puzzle to finally bring home a Super Bowl title after decades of waiting. Now, looking at the bigger picture, this potential trade signals a shift in the Lions' trajectory. It's a bold move, yes, but one that aligns with their current window of opportunity. The team has been building a strong roster, a solid front seven, an offense led by Jared Goff and a talented receiving core. But to truly contend, they need to shore up their secondary. Derwin James could be the missing piece that pushes them over the top, turning their defense into a force that opponents dread facing. It's an exciting time to be a Lions fan, dreaming about what this team could achieve with the right additions. Meanwhile, the Chargers, on the other hand, seem to be embracing a rebuild, looking to the future with draft picks and cap space. While losing James would be a blow, especially given his talent and leadership, it's a strategic move to reset their roster. They might be looking to develop younger players and build around the draft, with hopes of returning stronger in a few years. It's a gamble, but one that could pay off if they hit on their picks and develop their younger talent. So for Detroit fans, this is more than just a rumor. It's a potential game changer, a move that could define the franchise's direction for years to come. Imagine a secondary with Derwin James roaming the backfield, shutting down the league's best receivers, creating turnovers, and energizing the entire defense. It's the kind of move that makes playoff dreams more tangible and Super Bowl aspirations closer within reach. The Lions have been knocking on the door for a while now, and with a move like this, they could finally kick it down. Of course, all of this hinges on whether the Chargers are truly willing to part with James, and whether the Lions are willing to give up enough to make it happen. But the signs point to a real possibility, and fans should be ready to see something big unfold in the coming weeks. The NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and this one could be one of the most exciting yet. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on all this? Do you think James is the right guy to elevate this defense? Would you be willing to see a second-round pick and Ifeatu Melifonwu will go to LA for a player of his caliber? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Lions. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. We're on a mission to keep you informed, excited, and ready to support your team in every step of their journey. Let's go Lions!